What if I told you about 35% of your weight gain over the next 5 years could be decided while you're asleep? Not your diet, not your workouts, what you do at night, because your body has a small window where it actually burns fat. And most people, they shut that window down every single night without knowing it. Tonight, you're either helping your body burn fat or quietly teaching it to store more. And this one mistake is very common. And there's one thing people do before bed that can shut this process down almost completely. And most people think it's harmless. I'll show you that in a minute. Your body already knows how to burn fat. Your body is designed to burn fat while you sleep. That's when growth hormone rises. That's when repair happens. That's when stored fat gets used for energy. But only if your body is in the right state. If your blood sugar stays high, if insulin stays high, if cortisol stays high, your body switches into storage mode. And that matters because fat burning at night depends heavily on deep sleep. So if deep sleep is weak, fat burning is weak. That is why we have to fix sleep. So let's fix this step by step. Let's start with dinner because this is where the whole night begins. What you eat at dinner decides what your body does all night. After you eat, your blood sugar rises. That part is normal. The problem is when it rises too fast, because when blood sugar spikes hard, your body releases a large amount of insulin. And insulin's job is very simple: store energy, not burn it. That spike alone can reduce overnight fat burning by about 20 to 40%. So the goal at dinner is simple. You want to stabilize your blood sugar, because if blood sugar is more stable, insulin stays lower. And when insulin stays lower, your body has a much easier time accessing stored fat. Here's how to do it. You need about 30 to 40 grams of protein and at least 10 grams of fiber. That could be chicken, fish, eggs, Greek yogurt, turkey, with vegetables, beans, lentils, or another high fiber side. Why this works? Protein slows digestion. Fiber slows how quickly glucose enters your bloodstream. So instead of a sharp spike, you get a slower, steadier rise. And that matters because a steadier rise means less insulin, less storage signaling, more access to fat overnight. Let's talk about a simple upgrade most people miss. Eat your protein and vegetables first, then eat your carbs last. That alone can reduce the glucose spike by about 20 to 30%. And that matters more than people think, because the whole night starts with that first insulin response. But even if your dinner is perfect, there's one small thing people do right after dinner that keeps insulin elevated and quietly ruins the rest of the night. Now, this is where most people mess it up. After dinner, most people keep eating. A snack, something sweet, something small, something healthy. And every time you eat, you trigger insulin again. Eating within 2 to 3 hours before bed can reduce fat burning by about 15 to 30%. Why this matters? Your body needs a fasting window at night. That window is when insulin finally falls. Digestion winds down, and your body starts shifting toward fat burning. But if you eat too late, you keep insulin high, you keep digestion active, and you delay that entire transition. So instead of entering fat burning mode, your body stays in storage mode. Here's the fix. Stop eating at least 3 hours before bed. What this actually does, it gives your body time to finish digestion, lower insulin, stop processing incoming calories, and finally move toward overnight fat use. There is something simple you can do after dinner that actually helps lower blood sugar faster and starts unlocking fat burning sooner. After you eat, don't sit down right away, walk. A 15 to 20 minute walk can improve overnight fat utilization by about 10 to 20%. Walk within about 30 minutes after eating, not intense. Not a workout, just steady walking. Why this works: your muscles can pull sugar out of your bloodstream without needing much insulin. That is the key. So instead of sugar just sitting in your blood, your muscles start using it, and your body can start moving toward fat burning sooner. Why timing matters: if you wait too long, you miss the rise. You want to start walking while your blood sugar is climbing, not long after it already peaked. But even if you fix food and movement, your body still needs one specific signal before it will fully shift into sleep. And most people accidentally block that signal. And that signal is simple. Your body temperature has to drop. If it doesn't, you don't get into deep sleep. And if you don't get deep sleep, your body doesn't burn fat efficiently overnight. Here's the fix. Take a warm shower 60-90 minutes before bed. The heat pulls blood to your skin. Then when you step out, your body cools down. That drop tells your brain, it's time to sleep, and that's when fat burning actually turns on. This alone can improve fat metabolism by about 10 to 25%. Now don't mess it up. Cold showers at night, they raise cortisol, wake you up, and work against everything you're trying to do. Good in the morning, bad at night. Even if your sleep is perfect, stress can still block fat burning. Your body has two modes, stress or recovery. Fat burning only happens in recovery. But if cortisol is high at night, your body feels unsafe. And when your body feels unsafe, it holds on to fat. Elevated nighttime stress can reduce fat burning by about 10 to 25%. How to fix it? Before bed, slow your breathing. Inhale for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6. Do that for 3 to 5 minutes. The long exhale activates your vagus nerve. That sends a message to your nervous system. You are safe. You do not need to stay on high alert. That is when heart rate slows, cortisol starts dropping, and your body begins shifting out of stress mode and into recovery mode. Now here's why some people wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. It is often not random. A lot of the time, it is your blood sugar. Blood sugar drops overnight can disrupt fat metabolism by about 10 to 20%. Here's what happens if your dinner set you up badly, or you ate sugar too late, or you kept snacking into the night. Your blood sugar can swing too much. And when blood sugar drops too low overnight, your body treats that like a threat. So it releases cortisol to push sugar back into the bloodstream. And that cortisol spike can wake you up. This is the chain unstable blood sugar, then a crash, then cortisol rises, then sleep breaks. And once sleep breaks, deep sleep gets disrupted. And if deep sleep gets disrupted, fat burning gets disrupted too. That is why stabilizing blood sugar matters so much. If you're working out at night, you might be killing your sleep. High-intensity training raises body temperature, heart rate, cortisol. Exactly what your body is trying to lower before bed. So you fall asleep, but your sleep stays shallow. And shallow sleep, less fat burning. Late workouts can drop this by 5 to 15%. Lift earlier, sleep deeper, burn more. Now, something most people never think about, your room temperature. This seems small. It's not. Most people sleep too warm, and it quietly blocks fat burning. A slightly cooler room changes everything. Your body has to stay warm all night. That takes energy. More energy used, more fat burned. But here's the deeper part. Cooler temperature activate brown fat. That's the kind of fat that burns energy, not stores it. So now you get better sleep, better signal, and more overnight fat use. Set your room to 65 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Too cold is uncomfortable. Too warm, you're missing the benefit. Most people are low in this. You can sleep 8 hours and still feel exhausted because the problem isn't sleep time, it's sleep depth. Magnesium glycinate helps fix that. Magnesium calms your nervous system. Glycine helps lower your body temperature. And that drop is what triggers deep sleep. No deep sleep, no real fat burning. Take it 30-60 minutes before bed. Now let's talk about something quietly ruins your sleep, caffeine. Even if you fall asleep, your sleep is lighter. Why? Caffeine blocks adenosine, the signal that makes you sleepy. No signal, no deep sleep. No deep sleep, less fat burning. Late caffeine can cut this by 10-20%. Fix it. Stop caffeine at least 6 hours before bed. Now bring all of this together. Fat burning at night comes down to one thing: deep, stable sleep in the right hormonal state. I'm Afsoon. I'm a medical provider, but I'm not your personal clinician. Any decisions about your health should be made with your provider. If this helped you understand your body better, like, subscribe, and share.